Hey guys, Super Sweet here, and welcome to my Elder Scrolls Online experience and champion grind comparison. This video will look at several ways to grind XP, such as dolmens, overland mobs, arenas, and more, to get a better idea of what the best places to grind XP is for you. Please keep in mind that the amount of XP you gain in a certain amount of time can vary greatly based on how quickly you can kill mobs, what your mount speed is, and even what kind of crafting motives you have, or how much gold you're willing to spend. I'll try to explain when different things matter more, and hopefully you'll be able to find which kind of XP grind suits you the best. As some of you may or may not know, I main a healer and I'm a pretty average DPS, and I've not spent any time optimizing any of my builds for farming of XP, so your numbers are going to vary from mine based on how quickly you can kill mobs mostly, and yeah, many other factors. I'm doing this during the anniversary event, which gives me 100% XP boost. I'm also using 150% XP scrolls in all comparisons, and I'm using a full training set with Julianos and New Moon Acolyte. In addition, I've also slotted the Ring of the Pale Order to give me some additional healing. I'm playing as a Templar, and I have slotted Silver Leash to be able to pull enemies in quickly. And then I'm just killing them with Unstable Wall of Fire, and Puncturing Sweeps, and Blazing Spear. I've also slotted Equilibrium on my back bar to quickly bring down my health when needed. Harness Magic is also useful as a shield. First up is Dolmens in Alik'r Desert. This is pretty much the easiest XP grind, as there's almost always someone doing these, and you only need to tag the mobs to get the XP. If you need the Wayshires for the dolmens, there's almost always a group to join, but otherwise there's really no need to join a group, just go there and start attacking things solo. Another benefit of this is to level Fighters Guild. It's something you can do here since you're killing Daedra, and that's a nice bonus. However, with my gear setup and buffs, dolmens came in at an average of around 800,000 XP per hour. Next, I looked at an area in Craglorn called Spellscar. The amount of XP you gain here can vary a lot depending on how many others are around, how many other people are there. Typically, if there are more than 4 other players running around killing enemies, you'll start losing a lot of XP due to waiting for enemies to spawn. However, when there was less than 4 other players, I could maintain a fairly constant rate of 1.5 to 2 million XP per hour, which is double what you might expect from dolmens. Next, I looked at another place in Craglorn called Skyreach Catacombs. This is an instance which you can reset after every run, and you're also therefore guaranteed to be alone. However, if you're a new player, it can be a bit hard to solo this, and even as a group it can be difficult to be efficient. I personally average around 1.5 million XP per hour doing this solo. However, I also tried doing this with a player who has a more optimized build, and as a duo we managed to do around 3 million XP per hour. So this grind is very dependent on how much DPS you can do, how efficiently you can kill these mobs, and I highly recommend doing this as a duo, as it makes it easier to not only kill the mobs but also to reset the instance after every run. The most optimal way I tried to do this was to kill all the enemies on the right side, skip the pink ghosts and the chests in the middle, and then kill all the enemies on the left side, and then use PTE to port out, reset, and then repeat the same run. A full run like this should take less than 2 minutes to complete for you to get close to the 3 million XP per hour. I also tried various different variations of this run to see if I could get any more XP out of it, but doing the chest in the middle, for example, is just too slow to get anywhere close to 3 million XP. Next up, we have daily random dungeons. The idea here is that you can get them buffed and use your XP scrolls on several alts, and then log in daily just to do the daily XP bonus. Of course, using this method can vary a lot depending on the queue time, what kind of group you have, and what dungeon you end up getting. If you're queuing on your own and you have quick queues, I would estimate around 1 to 2 million XP per hour. However, the most efficient way to do this is really to get a pre-made group going with a low-level player to guarantee both an easier dungeon and an instant queue, so you can manage to push the XP closer to 7 or 8 million XP per hour. Then I headed over to Blackrose Prison. During my testing, we found that doing round 2 and dying on the last wave and repeating the round over and over again gave us the most experience. In my duo group, I averaged around 4.5 million XP per hour, but there was a lot of optimization that could be done here. I have seen other YouTube videos where you really optimize the build and you use the resurrect synergy correctly to restart the round quicker, and you can manage to get up to 9 million XP per hour. This grind does seem better suited for 2 players and can be fairly hard to pull off if you're new to the game. Soloing Blackrose Prison only gave me about 2 million XP per hour, since it takes much longer to kill things and to reset the round. You will also be spending some gold on repair kits and possibly soul gems if you use this method. As a comparison, I also tried Dragonstar Arena as a solo, duo, and as a group of 4, but no matter what I did, it was hard to average higher than 1.3 million XP per hour. This is mainly due to how long the announcer is talking between rounds.
And so that which could not be broken finally.
I also tried Maelstrom Arena. Here I also averaged around 1.2 or 1.3 million XP per hour. When you look around at different videos on how to grind XP, there's a lot of videos out there that claim that Overland mobs gave really good XP. So I did spend some time to, kill Overland mobs to see how much XP I would gain. For the best areas I could find, it still gave me around 2 million XP per hour if I was alone. If another player was in the area, my XP per hour would drop dramatically. I also spent some time killing world bosses. This was similar to Overland mobs, giving around 2 million XP per hour in the best case scenario. If the bosses were harder, or if there was other groups killing the bosses before you could get to them, that would of course reduce the XP per hour a lot. Of course, you can also get XP from Master Writs, and this is fairly hard to test. Here in the video I turned in 4 of them very quickly, granting me over 100,000 XP in about 10 seconds, which gives a ridiculous estimate of 47 million XP per hour, which sounds great, but there's a problem with that estimate. The estimate does of course not take into account how much time you spent crafting the items. You might also spend time doing daily writs or buying master writs from traders. What if you needed to get some materials or a crafting motive that was missing? It's very difficult to estimate how much XP per hour you actually get from master writs. I did spend about an hour running back and forth, crafting 2 to 3 writs per time, and, running back to the vendor to turn them in. And this was done just to see what my rate would be, and I landed about 500,000 XP per hour, which isn't great. However, with an add-on like Writworthy, I could just queue up every writ I had, I could craft them all at once, and then I could have gone to turn them in. Another problem is that I'm a bit new to the game, and I lack a lot of the crafting motives other players might have. I think that an experienced crafter could save up a lot of master writs and get a lot of XP during an XP bonus event. But it's very hard to give a good estimate as to how much XP per hour you could expect from doing so. Finally, I tried questing. I actually forgot about this during the XP event, and I had to try it without the 100% XP buff, but I kept everything else the same. I was pleasantly surprised to see that as I was questing for over 30 minutes, I was averaging around 1.5 million XP per hour. With the 100% XP buff, this amount could probably be over 2 million XP per hour. This amount of XP can of course depend a lot on different factors like mount speed, DPS, known wayshires, and more. I had the highest mount speed, and I knew all the nearby wayshires, which saves a lot of time. I also skipped through some of the dialogue and quests as I was repeating quests I had done previously.
Hold on, let's think about this.
That's all for this video. I hope this video has helped some of you get a better idea of what XP grinds are the best for you in Elder Scrolls Online. If I missed something that you would like me to test, please do leave a comment. And if you'd like to see more videos in the future, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.